I don't have many regrets in life, but this one kind of bothers me. I was thinking a while back about a fellow I met at one of my events and how his traumatic therapy failed him and how my process would have helped. And I can say this with confidence because had I worked with him or had he done my process on his own, he wouldn't have had the reaction he did. So, okay, let me set the stage. I was doing one of my public events and everything was going good. Suddenly, this fellow gets up from the crowd and walks out of the room. I didn't think much about it. I thought maybe he got a call or he had to go to the bathroom or whatever. I really didn't pay any attention to him at the time. Now the show is over and people are coming up to me and asking questions and talking, telling me their private stories and basically the after show mingling. And then the guy who had left, he comes up and apologizes for leaving. He wants to explain why. And I said, no problem. I thought you had something personal come up, or I thought it was something. Oh, it was something personal, all right. He proceeds to tell me he was a first responder, and as I was explaining about the stress and anxiety, it was triggering a bad memory. I guess I'll say a traumatic memory he had from the past. And then he proceeds to tell me how he's okay with it because he had done some therapy to address it. He tells me about how the therapy he was taught to suppress the bad memory. Basically, it was a suck it up, Buttercup, and suppress the emotions. So he figured he was fine. He just wanted to explain why he ran out. No problem. I told him I was glad he was okay now, and thanks for coming to the show. Honestly, I didn't think much about it because he told me he was fine. So I finished up the afterglow and went on my way. And Mr. Buttercup had already done his therapy. So I don't remember what day it was or what I was doing, but I can tell you it had nothing to do with stress or anxiety, my process or hypnosis. But he popped into my head, and like a three and a half legged chair, something just wasn't sitting right. So I'm thinking if he had done therapy and he had suppressed the bad memory, why did he run out of my event? Obviously, whatever therapy he had done hadn't worked. The suck it up version of therapy had failed him because a simple trigger or something I said brought back all those negative thoughts and memories, and fight or flight kicked in and he panicked. So now I'm sure everyone can relate to his actions. You have a bad memory, you have experienced a traumatic event at some point, and something triggers the memory of that event. Perhaps you get the fight or flight emotion up and running, or you react somehow in a negative way. Alcohol, drugs, overeating food, comfort food, whatever you find comfort from the bad feeling or the memory. Everybody does it. We all deal with our past events in our own ways. It's just that sometimes how we deal with them can be in a negative way. And that's where I feel bad for this guy because I could have helped him. The answer to dealing with those past memories is not to bury them because they'll always be there. It's like you find a worm in your garden, okay? The solution is not to pile more dirt on top because he's always going to be working to come to the surface. The trick is to remove the worm completely. So now my process doesn't remove any bad memories, but it changes them so they don't have the same power over you or the same sting they used to. Had this fellow used my process, he would have changed the original bad memory to the point that whatever I said at the event would not have triggered him that day. So sometimes I feel bad when I see people or I hear stories and how they're living with these anxieties every day, and I have the ability to help. I just have to get this process out there. And I've made it very easy, and now I'm finally taking the steps to get it known to everyone. If you have stress or anxiety or a bad memory you'd like to change, I have the process available on my website, funwithanxiety.com. Hopefully I can figure out how to put a link down below. But the process, it's written word for word in the book. It's a hardcover book. I've got it. Hardcover book right here. It's available for $20. It'll be mailed out to you, but if you want it faster and for way less money, get the digital copy. It's only $3 and you'll have it right away. If you want help for yourself, the process works. It's permanent. You can use it over and over again. And it's not just a one-time thing. And if you know somebody who really could use it, please get them a copy. Now, I only have one favor to ask of you. So please let me get this message out to people. And they can decide if it's for them or not. But if you can just take 2 seconds to hit that, click the like and subscribe buttons and the notification bell, then more people can decide if they want to help. And like, I feel bad knowing I could have helped this guy. Maybe he might run across this. If it makes sense to him, he doesn't have to suck it up any longer. So that's it for today. Just wondering if your stress stays at the same level or does it grow? Check out my compounding video. See you soon.